Hello everyone, welcome back to the road. Today we're going to be stopping off in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Shawnee was settled just after the American Civil War by natives who had been removed from their ancestral homelands and relocated here by the United States government. Despite the name, it is actually home to people from several tribes other than the Shawnee, including the Sac and Fox, Kickapoo, and the Pottawatomie. Much of the growth that took place in Shawnee in the decades following the Civil War was in part because of the cattle trails that crossed through town. Cowboys would herd livestock up from Texas and ride through town. This later led to the railroad being built to carry those cattle elsewhere. With the railroad came more white settlers who pushed for more land to be taken from the tribes for their use. I would like to think that most Americans have reconciled in the century between now and those events. But I do understand the hurt that can remain for generations after being so wronged. In April of 1889, through the Dawes Act, tribal land was broken up into 160 anchor plots and distributed to individual tribe members. Anything left over was opened up for settlement. After the land was opened up, the settlers decided to name their new city Shawnee as part of a compromise. In the early years of 20th century, Shawnee managed to keep pace with Oklahoma City for growth. Shawnee has a downtown that is very representative of the early 20th century. It embodies what most of us think of when we think of Main Street, USA. It has not managed to keep up with Oklahoma City over the years, but it has kept a lot of its early charm. The city has some great attractions, and today we will be visiting several of them, starting with the Citizen Pottawatomie Nation Cultural Heritage Center. The Citizen Pottawatomie Nation started off in the Wabash River Valley in Indiana. After being forced to leave their homes, they were relocated to Kansas. Somehow, the words don't do it justice. Many of the people moved died along the way, and it is known as the Trail of Death by the Pottawatomie people. After struggling for a time in Kansas, they sold their land in order to purchase new land in what is today Oklahoma. The Citizen Pottawatomie Nation has built this amazing culture center to share what they have and have been through with the rest of the world. If you like museums, then you're going to love Shawnee. They have quite a few. Our next stop is the Mabee Museum to have a look at some art from across the ages. This is probably the first time I have seen a shrunken head, and it is not the only exhibit featuring long-dead humans. There is also an ancient Egyptian display complete with mummies. There is also a lot here reflecting the various native cultures that have settled here, as well as those from far over the sea. As promised, here are some real ancient Egyptian mummies. I have seen enough zombie movies to feel a bit uneasy here, but still wanted to get a good look at everything. Some of those are making me a bit homesick. Adorable, and yet terrifying at the same time. We can finish up here with some more recent paintings. All in all, I would say this was a great stop. Those small towns really have some big surprises. The last stop on our trip is a sort of two-in-one for us. Outside, we get to see the old Santa Fe station before walking over to the Pottawatomie County Historical Society Museum. I'm pretty excited about this stop. They apparently have the world's largest pair of overalls on display. That is going to be the first other attraction I have seen on the road trip. I have seen a lot of old American movies and families always stopped to say odd things like the world's biggest bowl of yarn or something. The museum started with a video introduction before you go on to all the exhibits. Hey, a bird-eye view of Shawnee. This is an exhibit from Shawnee's sister city, Nikoho in Japan. And there they are, the world's largest overalls. They must have been made for Paul Bunyan. I do not recommend this method of shoe size measurement. There is so much of America's past on display here, truly amazing. Of course, let's remember those who have served us in all the armed services. It never fails that those small towns throughout America end up surprising me. Shawnee is a great place to visit if you get the chance. Check out any numbers of their museums and historical sites. If you find yourself in a larger city like Oklahoma City, make it a point to spend some time over here. You won't regret. I hope you enjoyed the visit as much as I did. Let me know in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.